Hey there, you awesome Wealthwise 84 audience. Buckle up, because today we're stepping into the DeLorean and going back in time, and we won't stop until we've unearthed every hilarious rock and unbelievable stone in the epic saga of Larry Page, co-founder of Google. Yeah, the Google, that thing you use to settle arguments, find restaurants, and of course, watch our incredible Wealthwise 84 content. So here's the deal. You can't spell Google without L-A-R-R-Y. Well, kind of. But you certainly can't have Google without him. We're taking you on a wild roller coaster through the life of the man who changed the world one search query at a time. Michigan, the Wolverine State, home to the Great Lakes, Detroit's Motown sound, and little Larry Page, born in 1973. No, seriously, Larry was so passionate about technology that rumor has it his first words were algorithm and backlink. All right, I made that up, but it would have been cool, right? Born into an academic family, young Larry had no choice but to be a genius. His dad was a computer science professor, and his mom taught computer programming. Yeah, while most kids were struggling with arithmetic, Larry was busy coding his future empire in his superhero pajamas. Fast forward to the University of Michigan. Larry's a techie through and through. At this point, he's programmed to live, breathe, and eat computer science. Here comes the first hiccup. Larry tries to sell a web-based business plan for $1 million, but nobody bites. Could you imagine the alternate reality? Instead of Google, we might have had PageWise 84. Just kidding. But fate had different plans. Larry decides to enroll in Stanford University for his PhD, and this is where the bromance of the century begins. Larry meets Sergey Brin. Picture this, two nerds in the heart of Silicon Valley, geeking out about data algorithms. It's like Batman met Robin, but instead of fighting crime, they fought 404 errors. Folks, if you're enjoying this delightful detour into the life and times of Larry Page, then do us a solid, hit that subscribe button. Trust us, you don't want to miss the incredible stories we've got lined up for you. So, Larry and Sergey think, hey, why not make finding stuff on the internet easier? That's like deciding to climb Mount Everest because you enjoy brisk walks. But they did it. First called Backrub, seriously, I can't make this stuff up. The search engine we now know as Google was born in their dorm room. In a world full of yahoos, they were the true Googlers. Hurdles? Oh boy, did they have them. Funding was hard to come by. They even tried to sell Google to Yahoo for a mere $1 million. Yahoo laughed them out of the room. Today, Larry's net worth laughs back, with a few extra zeros. Finally, Google takes off. They even create an unofficial company motto, "Don't be evil," which is basically the superhero oath for tech nerds. Larry becomes the CEO, but not without facing challenges. There were lawsuits, competition, and internal changes that could rival any season finale cliffhanger. But here we are in a world unimaginable without Google. Larry Page, the awkward kid from Michigan, became one of the most influential people in tech, shaping not just search engines, but our very way of life. Let's continue our journey through the whimsical, factual, and a bit comical life of Larry Page. We've covered his origins, but let's get into the good stuff, the weird quirks and bizarre moments, shall we? So, Larry Page, this forward-thinking futurist guy, also has some tastes that are a bit, let's call it eclectic. Did you know he's been interested in wind kites that generate electricity? Oh yeah, talk about a man who doesn't want to be tied down, unless it's to a kite generating renewable energy, of course. And let's not forget about Google's hiring process back in the day. They used to ask questions like, how many piano tuners are in the entire world? Imagine walking into a job interview and getting asked that. I don't know, but I can Google it for you. Now, to the rise of Google, the David that not just took on, but bulldozed, the Goliaths of the search engine world. Remember Ask Jeeves, Alta Vista? No, don't worry, neither does anyone else. Google took search engines and said, hold my algorithm. In the early 2000s, it was clear that Google was setting up to be not just a search engine, but the search engine. And just like in every superhero movie, with great power comes great responsibility. And a few missteps Google Buzz, Google Plus, and Google Glass are like the awkward family photos you bury in the closet and pretend never existed. Hey, nobody's perfect, not even Google. But give them credit for trying to be the James Franco of the tech world, into everything, excelling at most, but not quite mastering all. Don't forget the controversies, though. The antitrust issues. The tech giant had to navigate the fine line between being revolutionary and turning into an over-controlling superpower feared by all. Larry had to face Senate hearings. It was like a parent-teacher meeting for billionaires. And here's a curveball. Larry Page stepped down as Google's CEO not just once, but twice. The first time to make way for Eric Schmidt, and the second time for Sundar Pichai. It's like when Michael Jordan retired from basketball to play baseball. Larry just can't decide what game he wants to dominate next. Still with me? I hope you're enjoying this roller coaster of a biography. If you are, then don't forget to subscribe to Wealthwise 84. We thank you for your support. It means the world to us, and it will help the channel grow and continue to bring more quirky and amazing content. Now let's get back to business. Larry's life has been no walk in the park. Sure, he's a billionaire, and we'd all like a taste of that pie, but he's had health challenges too, like vocal cord paralysis. Yet, he's never let anything dampen his spirit or his ambition. This guy literally invested in a startup that's trying to extend human life. Talk about really not wanting to log out ever. Larry Page, along with Sergey Brin, also started Alphabet Inc., the parent company to Google. Why? Well, because when you've conquered the world of search engines, why not try to alphabetize the whole world? From self-driving cars with Waymo to internet providing balloons with Loon, Larry's always up to something. So, there you have it. Larry Page is not just the co-founder of Google, he's a dreamer, a risk-taker, and at times, a kite flyer. Through ups and downs, code and controversy, he's made an indelible mark on humanity. He's not just a page in a history book, he's a whole darn chapter, with footnotes and maybe even a pop-up ad or two. Let's dial it back a bit and talk about the empire that Larry Page and Sergey Brin built, Google. Oh boy, this isn't just a search engine, it's the Swiss Army knife of the digital age. Need directions? Google it. Need a recipe for gluten-free vegan brownies? Google it. Forgot the name of that actor in that movie with that thing. You get the idea, Google it. Now, Google has become the trusted companion for everything from trivial debates to life-altering decisions. You could say it's the ultimate wingman in the game of life. But even Google had its puberty stage, filled with blemishes, awkward moments, and the occasional voice crack. I'm talking about Google Buzz and Google Plus. Yeah, remember those? Probably not. They were like Google's attempts at becoming the high school prom king. Noble tries, but utterly forgettable. But hey, it's not all sunshine and autocomplete suggestions. Google has also had its share of controversy, like the time they had to answer to Big Brother. No, not the reality TV show. I mean the government. Privacy concerns and antitrust issues have often clouded the company's otherwise shimmering horizon. It's like Google was hit with the "it's complicated" relationship status with practically everyone. So let's tally up. Pros. Well, Google's your go-to for information, your navigator through traffic, your personal assistant, and your biggest distraction at work. Heck, it's like the superhero we never knew we needed. Cons. Sometimes it knows too much, like that creepy neighbor who keeps tabs on when you take out your trash. Google's algorithms can feel like an overzealous matchmaker at times, connecting dots that you'd rather keep separate. Thank you very much. All right, folks, let's wrap this Google extravaganza up. If the internet were a sprawling metropolis, Google would be its Times Square, bustling, bright, and at the center of it all. Through thick and thin, trials and triumphs, Google has emerged as the valedictorian of the digital age. It's been a heck of a ride, but as we know, Google isn't just a company. It's a verb, an action, a daily ritual. So the next time you Google something, take a moment to appreciate the trillion-dollar brain power and a sprinkle of good luck and humor that made it all possible. And of course, keep tuning into Wealthwise 84 for more mesmerizing tales of tech titans, hilarious histories, and lessons in living life like a boss. Until then, this is Wealthwise84 saying, don't just search for it, Google your way to greatness, and always remember, stay wealthwise.